A friend named Chu Tosta asks, I am 70 years old. My husband is 79. I raised my son with strict demands for independence. I kept a cold, calm attitude. Now his career and family are doing great. He is wonderful to outsiders. But toward us old couple, he is not warm enough. How can we get him to check in more, be more loving? That is a great question. The way people put it is, your son has great outer connections, but poor inner ones. It seems like outside, everyone says your son is amazing with friends and colleagues. But when it comes to his own aging parents, he feels cold. So you already hit the key point yourself, because you raised him with strict demands. The result of that strictness is you'll sacrifice the family bond in exchange for his premature independence. Bluntly speaking, he may even hold a grudge. Sometimes when he thinks of mom and dad, what floods his brain are those memories of how harsh you were. Slapping hands, slapping faces. These negative imprints made him feel the family had no warmth. If from the very start you taught him, learn something wrong and you get punished, that is conditional, transactional love, not unconditional love. So the first stage already went wrong. Then in middle school and high school, you continued not treating him like a friend. Not as a friend, just managing, controlling, forced to comply. So from the start, you failed twice. The price of those two fails looks exactly like this. He sees you as a source of negative memories. So he is stuck. His independence war, honestly, was not a real success. He looks independent, sure. But inside, he is full of wounds. So his independence war has lasted a lifetime. He is already in his 40s or 50s and still fighting for independence. Using this coldness toward his parents to prove he can win this independence war. The overtime match has dragged on way too long. So what do you do? Okay, what do you do? Well, here's what you do. Basically, Dr. Fang has laid it out for you. If you understand this, you already know what to do. Stop emphasizing that when he was little, you were tough on him and it was all for his own good. That is nonsense. People say hitting means love, scolding means care. Try going and hitting a random stranger. See what happens. Go tell a stranger on the street, hitting means love. That kind of talk is insane. So stop saying that. Childhood is safe attachment and unconditional love. The teenagers need friendship. Let him achieve independence successfully. If you did not do that, then you keep saying you only meant well, I'm telling you, the all turns negative in the end. Okay, next. Mr. Issue asks, if a schizophrenia patient has no awareness of being sick, many of them do not, and refuses to see a doctor or take treatment, what else can we do to help? Basically, many patients, once the disease takes over the entire brain, it has been hijacked by the illness. A monster has moved into the brain. The monster starts as a side character. Eventually, it becomes the lead. The whole system gets taken over. The entire brain hijacked. And then the patient does not believe they are sick. They believe what they believe. And to them, it is all real. That is terrifying. Why would they see a doctor? At that point, you cannot pull them back. So every family or individual showing signs of schizophrenia must seek help early. Understand the disease. Take medication on time. If you do not, you end up like this situation. No awareness of the illness. Everything feels real to them. All real. And that is a nightmare. On the current law, patients with psychiatric issues, unless they hit someone or destroy property, break things, cannot be detained. Cannot be forced into treatment. That is scary. So sometimes hospitals deal with drunk or mentally unstable people or patients having episodes, and they call the police. The police show up and ask, did they smash anything? Did they hit anyone? Not yet, just causing chaos. Oh, then we will head back. When they actually hit someone or break something, call us again. You realize how absurd this is. You have to get hit first. Your stuff has to get smashed first. Only then can you call the police to take them away. Forced treatment. This is truly one of the absurdities of our society. Respecting human rights to the point where someone has to get punched, property has to get destroyed before you can intervene. This feels like overcorrection. So what can you actually do? You patiently wait for a better moment. Because this illness does have ups and downs. Sometimes there are better windows. During a good window, bring them to a doctor. Usually, we only notice when the patient is at their worst. Then we say, you are really bad, go see a doctor. At their worst, they will never go. Because the illness has full control. So during a good window, treatment, medication, yes. But injections are faster. Long-acting injections. One shot can last 3 months. After the injection, they stabilize. So during a good window, bring them in. See the doctor, get a long-acting shot. One visit covers 3 months.
3 months later, go back again.
That is the ultimate strategy. Okay, next. Mr. J says, I do not know what I can do. I do not know how to find my talent. Where do I even start exploring my potential and gifts at work? Okay, most people have no clue what their talent actually is. The time to discover it is childhood. When you are young, parents need to intentionally let kids try everything. Take Bill Gates, for example. How was he raised? His parents let him try everything, do everything, every sport, every activity. And along the way, he accidentally discovered his gift. Or the many of our parents never did any of that. Start English tutoring early. Memorize vocabulary. All focus on what school already teaches. We should expose them to what school does not teach. Or differs clubs and activities in school. Then the child accidentally discovers, hey, I'm actually good at this. This exploration should begin in childhood. Right? Our schools just teach tool skills. Chinese, English, math, tools of exams, factory paths. Helping them become useful, cogs in society early, while ignoring their diverse natural talents. You say you are only discovering this now as an adult. Then you work with what you have. So at your workplace, you might notice you are great at connecting with people. Then lean into that. Maybe connecting with people is not your strength, but you are excellent at organizing. Then go into operations, administration, different abilities, different career paths. You are square to start exploring your potential and talent. Okay. What you miss in childhood, just start doing now. Try everything. The only fear is starting too late. Because as you age, your brain power, energy, and stamina all decline. You are afraid to try anything. And when you do, you feel weak and drained. So starting today, try everything. Life is all about experiences. Life is experience. The second half of life needs fresh experiences, even more. Okay, next topic. Mr. Cage. I am already 40 years old. How do I even begin to find my life purpose? Life purpose? I assume you mean your first life purpose. First life purpose means my first life has not been exciting enough. You are 40 and still asking this question? Still searching for your first life purpose. If your first life ends at 50, you are already halfway through and still searching. That is a bit alarming. The first life is about showcasing yourself, showcasing your abilities. Wherever you are good at, do more of it. Push yourself to a peak. But at 40, halfway done, you are still asking this. That is a bit late. But late is okay. Even Maurice Chen only founded TSMC at 40, or was it 50? Maybe 50. So you can still run hard on your first life track. Give it your all. But for the second life, there is nothing to chase, really. Life does not have to be big and glamorous. Not everyone is Maurice Chen. You do not need to be. Life should be about seeking more experience. More experience. Try everything. So stop chasing that single life goal, that picture-perfect life everyone envies. Be a boss. Make money. Buy luxury bags. Befriend powerful people. Drop that kind of goal. Instead, diversify your life. What are your interests? Enrich your passions across the board. Your second life starts right there. More experience is the second life. Okay, next. When I am a 40-year-old woman, I have both depression and social anxiety. How can I effectively improve both conditions? Okay, a 40-year-old woman, depression and social phobia. These two conditions, depression and crowd fear is basically anxiety. Anxiety, depression, and anxiety are two sides of the same coin. If your brain does not have enough serotonin, it cannot calm down the emotional control center in your brain. That loop keeps spinning and spinning. So you fear everything, worry about everything, an overwhelming sense of danger. If that danger signal has energy, that is anxiety. If that danger signal has no energy, that is depression. So behind both is a powerful emotional loop that will not stop. And it will not stop because the brake fluid for that loop, serotonin, is running low. So logically, you need a baseline dose of serotonin medication. One with not enough. Supplement externally. So first, are you on medication? If you are not, it just keeps building for 20 years. You started feeling depressed at 20, started having crowd phobia. I am telling you, even after you start medication, the brain keeps its depression and anxiety habits. These two patterns, these two behaviors have soaked into every corner of your brain. At this point, even with medication, you can always stop it from getting worse. You cannot instantly return to normal. Because this illness has been fed for over a decade, it has become part of you. Soaked it into every corner, hardwired as habit. So medication slows and blocks the worsening. At the same time, increase your positive experiences to overcome and balance the negative experience. Say you had crowd panic. Once, you need at least 50 to 100 experiences of being in a crowd without panic to balance out the panic. Makes sense. To build up those panic-free experiences, go to some low-pressure environments. Or before heading out, say you need to ride the subway. Going out today, take a small dose of a mild sedative. Enough to let you function, but not enough to get anxious. Then you just collected one panic-free experience. If you had 100 panic episodes before, stack up another 100 good ones. You will start getting healthier and healthier. So medication plus collecting good experience. That is how you beat this condition. Okay, next. Every day, I feel this unexplained worry. Randomly anxious for no reason. Frustrated and down. Also, I cannot stop binge watching shows. Okay, watching shows every day. Cannot control it. Because they are that good. Cannot throw things away. Keep everything. Now my home is a mess. How do I fix this? Well, basically, imagine your home. Piled with stuff. Things just keep stacking up. Things you do not even need anymore. You still hold on to. Keeping everything. As if life is full of emergencies. And you might need them someday. That is hoarding disorder. Hoarding. That is also a form of anxiety. Anxiety. Then on top of that, unhappy. Nothing feels joyful. Your mind keeps running negative thoughts. And then, nothing can make you happy. Binge watching is like a happiness drug. Your show watching drug gives you a temporary high. And every day you need that fix to feel okay for a moment. So constant anxiety. And cannot feel happy. On this side, not enough serotonin, constant denies it. On that side, not enough dopamine, no joy. So in your brain, the two main neurotransmitters, the lubricants called serotonin and dopamine, are running on empty. Running low. Right. The baseline is not enough. Anxiety makes you hoard stuff. No happiness makes you binge watch for a hit. Your whole life is compensating for what nature did not provide. Or in short, compensating later. So what do you do? What do you do? Fix serotonin and dopamine first to get better. Then your life improves. Or get better first, then serotonin and dopamine rise. It goes both ways. Dr. Fang offers a two-pronged approach. First, if your life is already falling apart, you cannot function. That counts as illness. Illness means medication. What medication? A bit of serotonin meds and a bit of dopamine meds. Balance, take both. If you take too much serotonin medication, sure, you might feel less anxious, but you will feel flat. Okay, so take all together. Balance serotonin and dopamine treatment. And in your daily life, do not wait until you think. Only when I am fully healed can I go out and do normal things. You should do some normal activities now. That alone can boost your serotonin and dopamine. Good. Now let me tell you, in society, cases like a message here, there are two camps. Camp 1 is the medical camp. It is not your fault at all. It is all the chemicals, all the brain malfunction. Serotonin and dopamine did this to you. Just take my pills and you will be fine. Good. That is called the medical camp. The pill camp. The neurotransmitter camp. Then there's the psychology camp. They say skip the pills. Oh, medication is bad for you. You should just get out there. Face the sunshine. Think positive. Stop dwelling on negative things. This kind of advice as if mindset alone can fix everything. The truth is, every problem is both physical and mental. Physical plus mental. So yes, medication is fine. And yes, getting out there is also fine. You do not need to go all in. Just start partially. Every day, go for a walk. Walk for 1 hour. Start taking medication. Stop oversleeping. Do all this, and your life will get healthier step by step. Okay, next topic. Less lean. When I get called on during a lecture, I freeze up. Mind goes blank. My answers are all over the place. How do I fix this? Actually, even Dr. Fang, during live streams, sometimes goes blank. Maybe because my stomach is empty today. Probably low blood sugar. Sometimes I see a question and go blank for 3 to 5 seconds. When that happens, I have to ramble about something to buy time. Let the brain catch up. Luckily, today we are nearing the end. So going blank is perfectly human. But your issue is you want to be perfect. You want to deliver a great answer. But you cannot get there. Like a runner who wants speed, tries to run fast, but the legs just cannot keep up. What happens? Upper body surges forward, lower body lags behind. You face plant. So rushing actually ruins the whole thing. When answering questions, ease into it. Easing in means start with some warm-up words. For example, this topic is really important to me. That sentence is filler. Then, when I was young, I had this issue, and then this and that. Of course, only if time allows. Ease in. That is method 1. Method 2. Lead with the conclusion. Now that is powerful. Sometimes you keep talking, go off on tangents, and lose track completely. My answer to this question is such and such. Done. After the conclusion, then build your supporting argument. This is a conclusion-first approach. Then the reasoning. What is the warm-up approach? Start with small talk, a bit of harmless filler, then bridge to the main point. Warm up first. Both methods work. But the most important thing is, while you are at the lecture, your mind should constantly be having a dialogue with the content or the speaker. Keep that dialogue going. Build this habit. When you watch a movie, when you attend a lecture, when you read a book, you must always maintain active mind. Active and engaged mind. Meaning, what is this? What a weird question. Why are they asking this strange stuff today? That is what your mind is doing. But also, what is your answer? Your mind starts turning over the question. So when they call on you, you already have your answer ready. When Dr. Fang was younger, I would attend dinner events with senior people. Everyone was a decade or two older. I sat there feeling awkward. I guess 2 generations younger at the main table. So what did I do? I listened carefully to everyone talking. And then I had responses ready in my head. Even follow-up points. But I did not speak. I kept it inside. Look. Then people noticed I was listening intently. Because everyone else was just eating. By the second half of dinner, they would start asking me questions. Hey young man, what do you think? Then I delivered my thoughts. Straight to the point. People were impressed. This guy has real substance. Worthy of the main table. That was my method. Sharing this with you. Next topic. Such mom says, I am a 48-year-old housewife. My son is in his 20s. He has zero motivation for anything. No goals. Does not even want to travel abroad. How do I help him? Okay. We can split this into the medical camp and the psychology camp. Okay. The medical camp says this is simply a dopamine shortage. Take some dopamine meds and the brain fires up. Your son is trapped by the depressive phase of bipolar disorder. But honestly, it is not that severe. Do not rush to slap a label on him. We can just call it a low dopamine state. A bit of dopamine medication. Is that okay? Of course. But is it entirely dopamine doing this? Let us hear the psychology camp. The psychology camp says your son has sky-high expectations but no follow-through. His self-image is set too high. It feels like everywhere he goes, compared to others, he is way behind. So he just lies flat. Easier that way. The iron fist of society is crushing him down. So he does not want to fight anymore. No motivation left. Life, just leave flat. This is inflated self-image. So which type is your son? Both. If it is already destroying his daily life, walking around like a zombie, lying in bed for weeks, even months, some medication is fine. But he might also find lying in bed comfortable. He accidentally turns lying flat into total withdrawal, using illness as an excuse to avoid the world. If you keep telling him he is sick, he actually finds a reason to keep lying in bed. So do not overdo the sick label. Take medication and encourage him. Start with simple things. But he will refuse, of course. He will say, my standards are too high for this. Nothing works. But eventually he will do it. So treat it like rehabilitation. Like Dr. Fang recently went to the gym. Did a little weight training. Probably had not been in years. I treated it as rehab, Just rehab. Everyone else was lifting heavy. I used the lightest weights. The lightest ones. A young guy next to me even came over and said, hey uncle, you are doing that wrong. Because I did not even adjust the barbell position. And then, for example, what was in the back needed to go to the front. I could not even reach it. The young guy could not stand watching. Uncle, you're doing it wrong. He showed me how. But in that moment, I treated the gym as a rehab center, That is the mindset. Lower the bar. Just pick up a dumbbell. Women there were lifting 5 kilograms. And here I was, this uncle lifting 5 kilograms. And tried 5 and could not even do it. My wife laughed at me afterwards saying 5 is literally the lightest one. I really was doing rehab, just rehab. But step by step, I am rebuilding myself. Okay, next topic. My mom asks, my elementary school daughter hates studying. She ranks last in every test. How do we guide her so she is willing to learn on her own? Okay. If your daughter cannot find any confidence in schoolwork, then go all in directly to find what she is interested in, what she is naturally gifted at. They say everyone is born with a talent. Stop grinding on academics. That stuff, just set it aside. Set it aside. Go straight to clubs and activities. Find things she likes. She needs something that ignites her fire, an interest-driven activity. Once she builds confidence there, then circle back to some study. Do not try to win a battle on her hardest terrain. First, find the easier wins first. That is your job as a parent. Okay, this is absolutely crucial for your daughter. As for ranking last on tests, somebody has to be last, right? Your daughter takes that spot, so someone else does not have to. That is just a joke, though. Please do not write in to scold me. My point is, stop fixating only on her grades. Do not use being last to shame her. That only crushes her confidence more. Okay? It only crushes her confidence. You need to urgently help her find her confidence. Big Sis V says, she is 55. Friends invited her to enroll in an EMBA program. Sounds exciting, but I feel like I am busy enough already. Yet missing this chance feels like a waste. How do I decide whether to enroll? Let me give you an answer. The answer is not go all. Do not go. If I were the EMBA admin, of course, I would tell you to enroll. If you feel very busy right now, and what keeps you busy is diverse, colorful, exciting, a new venture, a startup meeting different people in different fields every day, constantly exploring, feeling alive and energized, then you do not need EMBA. EMBA is not that exciting. But if what keeps you busy is the same old routine work you have mastered years ago, just repeating the same tasks 10, 20, 100 times, then go get that EMBA. Because your life has dried up. Doing what you were near 100 times. Why? Go to EMBA. See what others are doing. Gain new experience. Simple. Clear, right? That is the best answer. That is the best answer. So nothing to regret. If your life is already as exciting as EMBA, why bother with EMBA? If your life is bone dry, repeating the same thing every day, then go get that EMBA. Start a brand new experience.
Want to understand life issues from a medical perspective? Share with all friends and family. Let's improve Taiwan's medical culture together.